everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video, I have a fun tutorial to share with you using these gorgeous new stamps from Spellbinders. These are the House Mouse design stamps, and we've got Spa Day, Nuts About You and Dandelion Dreams. And this is how they come. They're rubber stamps, so you know you're going to get that crisp detail when you stamp with them. They're separated by two acetate sheets, and you just can peel them off and attach them to your acrylic blocks. So they will cling like clear stamps will, but these are red rubber. So they're really high quality stamps. Now, House Mouse designs have been around for a long time. They were actually the very first stamps that I purchased when I started card making during lockdown. I purchased a couple of the older designs from Spellbinders, and I absolutely loved creating with them. But at the time, I was quite new to card making, and I was very new to using alcohol markers. And so I guess I just found all the detail to be a little bit intimidating. And so I really want to show you today that actually it really isn't. Here's just a few cards that I made for samples for Spellbinders. I was very kindly sent these stamps in today's video. So I just want to be open and transparent about that. I did choose them, but I was sent them. So I was able to create some samples using them. And I've used Ohuhu alcohol markers in all three of these cards today. This shaker card, I really like the effect, but I felt like the detail of the stamp and the sentiment got a little bit lost with all the sequins. So I'm going to share a card today using that stamp, but we're not going to be creating a shaker card today. And I really want to show you how easy it is to colour the detail and to colour the bubbles using alcohol markers. So I've already stamped my image on some smooth white cardstock, and I'm going to be using my Ohuhu Honolulu alcohol marker pens today. I've got a smaller set that's 48 markers that's got all those different colours, and then I've got a set of 36 markers, which is the skin tones. So I've got a piece of scrap card to the side there, which I'm going to swatch some of the colours on first. It's very important that you swatch your colours on cardstock that you're colouring on, just so that you can see how they blend together and how the colours look on the cardstock that you're using. Now, each set of Ohuhu markers comes with a swatch sheet that you can colour in, so I'm just using that now to help me reference some of the colours from the packaging. And I'm going to use the same colours for the mouse. So I chose to go with Chestnut, which is E59, Light Fawn, which is E66, and then Peach Cream, which is YR34. So I found those colours matched quite well with the packaging. They're not going to be exact, but that doesn't matter. And of course, you don't need to colour the mouse in exactly the same colours. But sometimes with a new stamp, it's nice to use the packaging as a reference just while you get started and get more familiar with the design. So I've used the lighter brown to colour in the mouse's face and hands, well, paws and tail, and then the darker colour to just go around the edge of the fur line. And then for the nose, I'm just going to use the Peach Cream. So the mouse didn't take long to colour at all. And then I'm just looking at what colours I want for the bathtub. And again, this can be absolutely any colour that you want. But I did decide to use just silvery tones so that it kind of looks like a tin bath. And so the markers that I used were CG18, which is icy grey, WG10, which is porcelain, and BGY24, which is storm grey. So I've just used the light colour all over. Then I've used the slightly darker colour to kind of blend that in, and then a very darker colour around the edge. And then I'm just going over it again with the lighter colour to blend it all together. And because these stamps are so detailed, you've got all the shading marks on the stamped image already. So you're just using that as your guide. You don't really need to worry too much about where the light source is coming from or how to colour it with the shading. Just keep it nice and simple, especially if, like me, you're not very confident with alcohol markers. You don't want to overcomplicate it, and actually you can still get really good results with some really basic colouring. So to colour the bubbles and kind of get that rainbow effect, you're going to need 3 markers. You're going to need a blue, a pink and a yellow. So I've chosen some pale colours. I've got Cotton Candy Blue, which is B08. Then I've got Pink Wisp, which is RV23. And Banana Cream, which is Y07. And those 3 colours together blend really nicely to create a rainbow effect on the bubbles. And again, this is very basic colouring, but there's kind of 2 ways that you could do this. You can, as I'm doing here, add the blue, then add the pink, and then add the yellow. And then use your zero blender marker to blend those 3 colours together into the centre of that bubble. Or you can use the blender pen first of all in the bubble and then add the 3 colours so they blend perhaps a little bit more smoother. So it really is up to you. There's no right or wrong. This is just a really simple technique to kind of help get that bubble effect. And I think it looks really effective. It doesn't take a lot of skill to do this. And I just think the end result is really pretty. So again, this is the other technique I'm just showing here. So I've added the blender marker first, and then I'm adding the 3 colours on top, and then the blender again just to blend them together. And there really is not much difference between it at all. So use whatever you prefer. You don't need to do one bubble at a time. So I'm just picking out clusters of bubbles, adding the blue, then the pink, then the yellow, blending them all together, and then moving on to the other ones. I'm kind of doing a few at a time rather than all of them, just so that the alcohol inks don't dry too fast and I can still blend them together. But obviously with the blenderless marker, you should still be able to blend those colours. And again, with the bubbles on the bath, don't overthink it. You don't kind of need to look at them all as individual bubbles. You can just add splotches of blue and pink and yellow all over the area, and you're going to get that lovely fun bubble bath effect. So this is just a really easy technique that I found to create nice colourful bubbles. And then I'm going to go in with a white gel pen just to add some highlights to the colouring. Again, this is completely optional, but I do think it does add something to the finished design. So I'm just going to add a few little white lines to the edge of the bathtub and then each of the bubbles. Again, I'm not being precious about adding highlights to all of the bubbles, but I'm certainly making sure to add some to the bubbles that are most prominent on the outside of the bubble bath, and then just a few in the bath as well. And that will just add a little bit of extra detail, which hopefully you'll see in the close-up photos at the end. So to turn this into a card, I'm going to use these Spellbinders Stylish Ovals nesting dies, and I'm just going to use the one that's about the 5th one down to just cut out that image, and it actually fits around the design perfectly. So there's my image die cut out, and I'm going to cut a matte layer from holographic cardstock as well using a slightly larger die. But before I do that, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I've chosen to use the sentiment which says find your calm, and I'm just going to white heat emboss it using some Wow Superfine white embossing powder. You really want a superfine embossing powder for sentiments just so that you capture all of that detail. And then I'm going to use my mini Tim Holtz trimmer just to trim the sentiment down. I just use the plastic ruler as a guide to help me make sure it's nice and even. And I'm going to be working on a side folding A2 card base today. I've got a panel of navy blue cardstock which I've embossed using the moulded frame embossing folder from Spellbinders. This fits a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panel, and you get that really gorgeous 3D effect with that frame embossing folder. This has become one of my favourite embossing folders lately. I've been using it a lot. So while that glue just dries, I'm going to add some glue to the back of my panel and stick that down to the holographic layer that I've die cut out. And then I'm going to glue that to the centre of my card panel as well. Then I'm going to add the sentiment, which I'm just going to do by adding a little bit of foam tape to the back. That will just pop it up and give it a little bit of dimension. But again, it's completely optional if you'd rather keep it nice and flat. Once I've decided where I want my sentiment to go, I will then remove the backing tape and stick that down. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then to finish, I'm just going to add some glossy accents to a few of those bubbles outside the bathtub, and that will just finish off the card today. So I really hope that you've enjoyed seeing this card come together and seeing the new stamps from Spellbinders. I really love these stamps. I think they're so cute. And as I mentioned, they were some of the first collection of stamps that I purchased. As always, all the products that I've used today will be linked in the description box below. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Take care.